Hey, it's Gregory and Ashley, and we're here having cocktails at the Garret, ready to catch you up on all Fashion Week craziness.
So there's just a few days left, but it's been a busy last couple days. What have you been seeing?
So I went to the POSEN show, which is always so much fantasy and so much just creativity in one room. I mean, and also Naomi Campbell walked the end of the runway, which just shut down the house.
Amazing.
I mean, it was incredible.
No one does it better.
And he said he wanted to mix the elegance of Grace Kelly and the fierceness of Shaka Khan, and he did it. It was one of his best shows, I would say.
Rihanna was also front row in that show.
She was, looking very ladylike indeed.
I know, she was covered up, she was in satin, she looked amazing.
Yeah. What about yours?
I have to talk about this one show that I went to. I went to Marc and Estelle, and it's not a brand that I'm like very aware of, but it's this really cool musician and fashion duo, and they put out one of the sickest collections I've ever seen. It was very rebellious, kind of a lot of tartan and houndstooth and strong shoulders, but it was the end of the runway that literally had me completely confused and in awe at the same time. The designers came out singing and playing electric guitar and screaming, kind of like Oprah, you get a car, you get a car, screaming, you're a rock star, and you're a rock star, and there was like smoke and fog, and it was kind of this strange, like, art installation, music installation thing that ended up happening on the runway, and everyone kind of was looking around with these confused but really excited faces. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen on the runway. It definitely made it one of the most memorable shows of the week for me.
It's good to keep Fashion Week unique and do things that are different, I feel like.
Yeah, totally. So what's another one that you went to?
I went to OVADIA and Sons, which was awesome. I mean, they've been around for a while now, and their menswear is so strong. They mixed kind of this kind of urban hipster with this uptown preppy look. It was cool. They had shearling, they had herringbone, they had a bunch of different patterns, and they did it in a really great way.
I love that. And obviously we're seeing the fall collections, but one of my favorites was Christian Siriano, as always. He took you on a Congo jungle safari. So even though it was fall, it was a lot of bold prints, a lot of bold colors. The Siriano signature girls were there, Kelly Osbourne, Juliette Lewis, Zendaya. They were all there. I love that he just doesn't necessarily follow the trends of, all right, it's fall, so I should be showing wool, I should be showing leather. I love that he just kind of goes with what inspired him this season and, you know, put on a killer show that I loved.
That's great. I mean, aside from fashion, though, I feel like we have to talk about this buzzed about Northwest rule that might be going into action.
So Little Princess Northwest has been sitting front row at some of the hottest tickets in town, Alexander Wang and obviously her daddy Kanye's show, but she hasn't exactly been the most attentive
She's not happy about it. And what baby would be happy about it? I mean, fashion shows are boring for kids, really, and they become an accessory for their parents.
I mean, I know I get antsy sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for the show to start, so I can't imagine as a 2-year-old that you're really like that well behaved. So yeah, there's this rumor flying around that they might be banning children from Fashion Week, which I have to admit I'm totally on board with that.
Leave your babies at home, take your handbag instead.
Exactly, it's become an accessory and you know, it's absolutely unnecessary. So we have just a few days left. Be sure to stick with us all week long to hear about all the other Fashion Week events.